Yo, Zach Powers, '07. I'm with the co-owner. Wait, are you the co-owner?
Nope, creative director slash manager of the game.
Co-owner in my eyes, bro. Co-owner, manager, everything he just said in the game. And in my opinion, one of the chillest devs. And he's giving me the opportunity to interview him today. So I'm going to be asking questions that you guys wanted to know and some questions of my own to get to know about Jump Stars because Jump Stars is a really good game. So, Zach, is that your name? Yeah, Zach.
Yeah,
Who named you?
not telling you.
You're not going to tell me who named you?
No, because I don't even know.
Right. Okay. So see, Zach was a stray. He was a stray wolf when he was a small child, and he got his name from tribals. Anyways, let's flip and lock in. Okay. So I just want to ask, Jump Stars, what inspired it? What was the reason you guys thought? Well, if you were even at the start of Jump Stars, what was the birth of Jump Stars like?
Trying to remember.
I can't
So we
remember.
started.
Okay. Sorry.
So we started back in April of last year. Pixel hit me up. We used to work together on an old Battlegrounds game that unfortunately died, and he told me that he has an idea for a game that he wanted to do, and then he wanted names for the game. So I started throwing out names, and one of them was Jump Stars, and he liked the name.
Mm.
So then, about a week or two later, he hit me up saying, "Hey, so I have an idea of making a Brawl Stars anime game, and I want to name it Jump Stars. And I want you to look at the characters I planned and go through them, and then I'll pay you to make any adjustments and stuff." And that's how I basically joined the team.
That is so sick. So Pixel, so he wanted to make a game, and then the name kind of inspired it because Brawl Stars, Jump Stars, and then together, Pixel came up with this idea, and then he got you in on it straight away.
Yeah,
That
basically.
that is pretty cool. So like, this was a long time ago then. So my question is like, how would you guys even think of developing this? Like, not obviously you've got the idea now, but how you putting pen to paper? Do you know what I mean? Like, where would you start in a game like this?
First thing we did was we started with the characters that we wanted to add in a game, and then I made all the movesets or made any changes to the roster that Pixel had. And then Pixel had placeholder assets made. We made VFX, models, and UI. And then we went out looking for our developers. The hardest part was looking for a scripter. That took about 1 to 2 months. We were super fortunate to have Damie. He's so goated.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't be able to have the game that we have today without him.
Nice. So like, so I'm not. So I'm assuming Pixel and you can script, or is that like? Because I'm not fully familiar with how the dev works. So
Pixel can script front end. I can't.
okay.
Damie scripts back end and front end, and he makes all the systems for the game.
Right, okay, so he's the reason why my hitboxes are never hitting and the other team can hit me from half the map away. Okay, nice. Yeah, cool.
More of a Roblox issue.
Yeah, of course it's a Roblox issue. Yeah. Okay, but I have some questions about your work. So I know you're the head balancer and all this stuff. So
Yep.
I understand that most characters are inspired from Brawl Stars because I love Brawl Stars. I used to play it like so much these past 2 years. I played with my friends, and I'm pretty good at it. I would say so myself. So, apart from inspiring yourself of these characters from Brawl Stars, like some of them have obvious similarities. Obviously, you guys it's fully original. Obviously, you guys, but there are other characters. For example, Mob Super, or the way he like picks people up and stuff like that. What makes you? How do you come up with those ideas, and what makes you think, okay, that's balanced? Because you've never seen these before, because these are completely original. So
For me, when I make a character, I often take the template of a character for Brawl Stars, let's take Sasuke for example.
Hmm.
When I was making Sasuke, I wanted to make a character that was sort of like Lily, but
Hmm.
I want to fit him with the Sasuke character, so I wanted to make it more cinematic. So I took the Ninja Storm games as my main reference.
Okay.
And then for a character like Mob, his super comes from inspiration from a game I used to play called Untitled Combat Arena. I used to love playing that game, and Mob was one of my favorite characters.
Mm.
And I remember often using his ultimate ability, so that's the reference that I got from. And then took that reference and then I added on to it. So like, what could I do to make it more unique? Before Mob used to be able to deal higher damage with his super with each object he picked up, but
Okay.
that had to get removed because it was super overpowered. Because once you pick up like 10 rocks, then you deal over like 5,000 damage.
Yeah. That actually leads me on to another question as well. So, like, during the development of the game, have there ever been an OP idea, an OP move that you guys have just looked at and you've like played around with it and seen how OP it was, and like before obviously like fixing it and stuff? What's been like an OP character or an OP move set that you guys have laughed at or something like that? Do you get what I mean?
What do you mean? Like it's in the game, or I made a
No,
concept
no.
and it didn't get added?
Yeah, like the concept, stuff we've never seen before. Was there anything that was so broken that if it was in today, players would complain about it insane?
Uh, Definitely some of the characters that I made for the original release last year. There's one that I made, put a lot of effort to it. They looked at it and were like, "What the hell is this?" One, we don't even know the character. Two, this seems batshit broken.
Can you tell us not the character, because I hope it comes in a future update maybe, but what was the move that was so broken?
Her entire kit, mainly her passive, and her whole gimmick.
Passive. It had a passive that was strong. Yo, what the
Yeah,
hell?
she had a whole gimmick.
Mhm.
I don't know how much I want to say without
Okay.
leaking who it is
All right.
or who it was. She's probably not going to get added for a long time unless season 2 of the show comes out.
There you go, guys. You got a bit of a hint, and I don't want it to get you in any more trouble, so I can move on to another question. So jump stars.
Hold on, hold on.
Sorry.
To add on to the previous question,
Okay.
there was a thing that was in the game that had to get changed a lot, which is Gojo Super. Before it was Maximum Blue, and before you were able to aim it in any direction, pull people, and drag them around, and then that had to get reworked because it was super buggy and laggy, and oftentimes you were able to quit people out of the map. So then it just became a stationary move where you stand still,
Mm.
use maximum blue all around you, but that still had problems because it was a move that ragged all the characters, and it would be super ping dependent. So it made it either too overpowered or too shit. So we had to rework it again into just lapse blue. So
Okay.
any moves that uses ragdoll we can't have, or also bug out the game.
So with mobs hypercharge, uh, is that not ragdolling? Well, what's that then? Because he just moves it wherever.
It
Is it? Go on.
it is, but like it was very hard to make it not so buggy as maximum blue was.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I get what you mean. Because I've seen Maximum Blue when he flings. Yeah, yeah, when he flings stuff around. Yeah, yeah. So that's interesting actually, because Gojo is one of the characters that I recently maxed out and I've been hating on recently. But I do love his super because I used to be a Tara main, so I see the resemblance. If you guys know Brawl Stars. Okay, and one final question for like your side of the stuff. What's the hardest part about balancing a character? Because with Supercell, they're a $1 billion company. They have probably thousands of people working behind the scenes. But with you guys, it's tens, or is it even tens? It's a very few amount in comparison. So to make a game that is balanced, as much as the haters will say it's not balanced, I think it's pretty balanced. And so what's the hardest part about that? What makes you decide the values of damage? Like this does 1,000 damage. This will do 500. What goes into that thought process?
say the hardest thing is actually getting this concept in because I would say I'm a quite a persistent person. If I make a moveset and I really like this, then I want the full thing to be added in its entirety.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes I kind of disregard balancing until after the moveset is finished. Like for example, for Jin Woo, one of the original ideas I had was to make a rise be able to revive your own teammates and enemies that you kill, depending on how high your shadow meter is. So it'd be more of a chance thing rather than a guaranteed thing. But
Okay.
obviously, everyone's like, "This is pretty fucking overpowered. I don't think we should have this idea
Yeah.
until later."
Mm.
So then I was like, "Okay, yeah, for damages and stuff, I mainly use Brawl Star character stats as a template, and
Okay.
then I change it around based off the stats of our current characters."
Yeah, yeah. Wait, that's interesting as well because the HPs are very similar and the damage output is similar as well. I mean, the damage is a little bit extra in jump stars, I feel, but it's still. I really like the what you've done with the game and all that stuff and the damage, because honestly, balancing every character, it sounds like a mission, and I think you've completed it. You've done a good job, bro.
Thank you.
Okay, it's all right. And then, so now let's come into the present. That was the past and the build up. Now in the present, like you said earlier, you had a battlegrounds game, and it didn't do so well, but we're past that now. So what did it feel like to see the reception that Jumpstars got in the testing phases before release and then when it released till now? How does it feel to be a successful developer? Because bro, I'm being serious, this is a successful game and congratulations, bro. So how does it feel?
Really good, but still haven't like grasped it yet. Like I haven't come to full terms. Like, wow, I made something really big, and I'm like successful now. I still haven't come to terms with that.
Yeah.
Everything still seems pretty normal to me. Besides just the increased workload now, which is
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I can imagine. So like with the workload now that you have a successful game, there's lots of quotes. I don't know who the flip said this one. I think it was bloody KSI, bruv. He was like, the hardest part about staying at the top. I just spoiled the quote. The hardest part about being at the top is staying at the top. How true do you think that statement is?
Very true, because we have been putting a lot of work into this, and we're doing a lot of work behind the scenes to make sure that the game still maintains a high quality that players can enjoy and appealing to as many people as we can, and hopefully making a good game in general.
Of course, and honestly, I'm being serious. Like I've said this so many times throughout the interview, but this is a really good game, and I've not played. I played Roblox like since I was young, but this is one game that I genuinely have fun playing, and I'm not doing it as a chore. So yeah, I appreciate you making this game and all this stuff. So like, my other question is, with a successful game of this size, there are haters, right? Even my small YouTube
Yeah.
channel, I have haters. Fuck you, haters, bruv. I'm gonna have to blur that. I can't say that thing. Anyways, do the haters motivate you, or do they dishearten you a little bit, or does that like try to make you work harder? Do you get what I mean? How do haters affect you and the dev team?
Uh, on the first 2 days, I would say when the game came out,
Hmm.
I would say it kind of affected me because it made me think, wait, did we make a good game? Is this game good enough? But then after that, it was just a form of criticism that I just took, and then that just changed how I did my balancing to just sort of appeal to them
Hmm.
while also just accounting to everyone. So they're more of a stepping stone to me than anything.
All right. Now I like that answer a lot because with your games as well, there's going to be some people with major skill issues, and that's got to be taken into account. So talking about that, the community, does that have what they say? Does that have a big impact on what the game produces in the future?
The future, not sure, but currently, I would say so. Like we are very open to listening to the community
Mm,
and taking into account how a skilled player would fare against someone new or a little kid that doesn't know what to do.
mm,
For example, we just recently made a tutorial for the game,
mm,
so new players have an easier time learning how to play since we're a little bit different than Brawl Stars.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, but that's what I like about this game. It has its uniqueness and it's original as well. And I think that's really impressive to come from Brawl Stars, which is such a big game. Your mind would be fogged. Okay, Brawl Stars, Brawl Stars. But you guys have your own original content, and that's what my favorite thing is. Because a lot of people, I don't know if you've seen it, because obviously you're quite successful. But for the unemployed, jobless people like me, there's a lot of people saying nowadays anime slop is just coming out and it's just copy and repeat. You know, you got your tower defense games, your simulators, all that crap, the battlegrounds. But this game is really a big a big breath of fresh air. And for that, we really appreciate you. But I've got one more question about the balancing and stuff. So what makes you think, oh shit, this is an emergency nerf, we need to do this right now? Because with the balances, if they were that bad, why are they not released straight away? For example, the Zoro HP nerf, I still think he's the best unit in the game. But Zoro's HP reducing after a week after the release, what made you hold back on that? But with other nerfs, they were instant. Do you get what I mean? What makes you prioritize nerfs and buffs?
That's up to Pixel.
Okay.
I make the balance changes.
Yeah.
I give them Pixel, and then he's the one that approves them. So with the
Okay.
changes with Zoro, I gave him all the damage nerfs and all the changes I wanted to make to him, and he said, I don't want to do these ones yet. So then I was like, are you kidding me? Okay, I guess we'll hold out onto them. We'll see how the committee reacts.
All right.
And surprise to no one, Sora was still batshit broken.
Yeah.
So then I forwarded him the same changes that I made last week. It's like, okay, well, add them in now. And then along with all the other changes I made to like Sasuke, for example.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that Sasuke buff is really nice. Like, and it's funny you mentioned that Sasuke is like Lily, because immediately when I joined in the game, my first thing was thinking, oh, who's this brother like? And Sasuke immediately was Lily. And I remember this was 2 years ago, and I was quite old then, but I had a lot of money because I had no responsibility. I spent £30 on gems to buy Lily. So I had to max her out instantly. So yeah, and £30 is a lot. Bro, I was a kid, bro. £30 is a lot. And a fucking Brawl Stars mobile game. But yeah, no, so when I saw Lily, Sasuke, I mean, I was like, I gotta get Sasuke. And he was kind of crap at the time. But now, I love Sasuke, honestly. He's one of my favorite brawlers right now. But that brings me to like my next question. So, for the future of Jumpstars, is there a roadmap already? Because after the Sung Jin Woo update, you've got your Gilgamesh update ready. So is there a roadmap? Is there a vision here for a while?
Yes.
That's good. That's really good. I know update 3 is releasing ranked. Is that still true?
I cannot confirm or deny because our update schedule is actively changing.
That's fine. I'm quite disappointed because I'm going on a 2-week holiday on July the 5th. So can you not update the game during them 2-week period, please? Otherwise, I'm going to miss everything. I'm like, okay, but no, but okay. I just wanted to ask about you and your dev team.
Real quick, you do not want to miss update 2. Update 2 is going to be bigger than update 1, and you're going to love it.
Okay, wait. Update 2 is coming out this Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to bloody London because no. I'll bring my laptop with me. But update 2, I think I'll be fine on. I think it's update 3, and if you
do, no. You do not want to miss on update 2. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss on
it. Chuck, save me, bro. All right, so update 2 is huge, and bro, that's even make me even more excited for it. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to miss it. Same with update 3, and if there's 4, if you carry on doing the weekly. So I'm very disappointed about that. But you know, life is life, and some things you just gotta take it L sometimes. But
You better find a way to play update 2.
update 2, I will.
Really
Update 2, I will 100%. 100%.
You don't want to miss out on it.
Don't worry, chat. I will be there. Update 2, I'm there. Don't worry. Maybe just not the streams I might not be able to do, but I'll upload loads of videos, guys. All right. So about the dev team, what does your typical day look like now? Like when you wake up, do you have like a call? How does the dev team interact, and how do you guys do your days now?
I wake up, I have to immediately check Discord because I wake up to like 300 pings from the dev GC and the staff team combined. So then I had to address whatever issues the staff team is having first. And then I check out what's going on with the dev GC, what they're talking about, what they're planning on doing, and what they're planning on making today. And then if I need to, I tell some of them, hey, I need you to make this animation, or hey, I need you to make this VFX sometime by this day so we can have it ready for this thing.
Nice. Okay. So the dev team is hands-on. Everyone's pulling their weight.
Yeah.
That's good. Like, and wait, how many people are in the dev team? If you don't mind me asking.
6.
6? Only 6?
Yep.
That's crazy. So does everyone have their own role? So like you're in charge of balancing, and then Dame scripting. Yep. You have a modeling.
Pixel does modeling, UI, and a bit of front end. Damie is the lead scripter. He scripts everything. Zion makes all the VFX, and then the animator wants to stay anonymous.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say his name.
No problem.
But he makes everything, and then he breaks everything. So that's how Dragon Fist looks so good.
Nice. No, Dragon Fist looks peak, bro. I agree with that. So
and then we have Boy, who makes all the music and sound effects for the game.
It's all original music?
Yeah.
Is that why I don't get copyrighted then?
Yeah.
W in the chat. You know, I was so scared when I first made my first video. I was like, oh no, I forgot to crop out the music. But it was so fire. Like I thought I added it myself. So that guy makes W music. He's a goat. So yeah. One final question about the balancing and stuff. I feel like we've ragged on about this for ages. But has there been a change that you've made and the community has been like, no, we hate this, and you've just stood by it because you're like, you guys are wrong. I'm the developer and I know what I'm doing, which is true. You are the developer and you do know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what happened with the recent changes I made to Luffy.
Okay, nice.
People are like, why are you making these changes? I think Luffy's fine as is, but I don't think they've fought an actual good Luffy before.
Exactly.
He could do some really crazy stuff, and his super does really crazy damage if you know what you're doing.
100%. I've fought against some crazy Luffys, especially number 3 in the world, Troster. That guy is a scary Luffy, I'll tell you that right now. But that brings me back to another point. So the top players in the game, would their words influence you more than casual players?
No, because I haven't received balancing feedback from them.
Okay.
Yet.
All right.
Or like I haven't seen any of their feedback. So if they said something and I just added it, it's probably by coincidence.
Okay.
Or if they said they don't want this to happen, but it happened anyway, then it was by coincidence. Okay. Or it was by Pixel's choice. For example, the Alucard nerfs were Pixel's choice.
And the Alucard's nerfs, especially on release, were 100% deserving, because that guy was like Edgar and Cock mixed together. That was not good. He's so balanced now, though. I think he's one of the lower brawlers in the game, but I think a good player can make him work. But yeah, so question more about the community now, and me a little bit. We're getting a bit egotistical now. So like, how important is the community and content creators for the game? Obviously, I know like you put the game out there and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But like, to you, how important is it, like, in terms of a game's development?
Definitely very important. I love interacting with CCs and helping out with whatever stuff they can. Although definitely recently I overextended that and got in trouble for it.
Okay. I suppose you're not allowed to tell you people what you did.
No, well, I'm pretty sure some people know already, but like you already made videos about it and stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Sukchi leaks. All right, cool, cool. So, yeah. So, one final question from no for this topic for me is, will there ever be an event to get Dr. Tempest to 10,000 subscribers for a code?
uh, Thanks.
Oh, that's not a no. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And some questions about progression, because now we're getting to the serious nitty gritty here, right? So progression, there are a lot of people complaining, and I'll give you my personal opinion. I think it's really good. It's better than Brawl Stars progression. You get stuff for winning games, so it rewards you grinding more. Oh shit, it rewards you grinding more. And in my opinion, I love this summoning system to get your stuff because it brings the gacha and a bit of the dopamine addiction. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think gambling is important in a Roblox game, not only for revenue but also for that dopamine hits. You know what I mean? So yeah, so talking about the progression system, Pixel recently said that he hopes to add a 1-to-1 conversion between yen and power points. How likely is that to occur?
Well, what like we occurs seeing how community feedback is.
Hmm.
Personally, I would prefer to make it more of a token exchange shop where you
Okay.
exchange tokens for a set amount of resources. You have a set limit each day or week, but I don't mind the thing that he has in mind. Uh, it'll probably be added sometime soon if he wants to go forward with the idea.
Hmm. Yeah, no, okay. I understand. I agree with you actually. The token exchange. I think that's so much better, and it gives uses for tokens because right now I'm sitting at 6.5k, and I have been for a while. So I agree with yours, and I think the 1-to-1 conversion. I know that this is not really part of the interview. This is like me talking for no reason, but the 1-to-1 conversion might just ruin the economy a little bit because then yen has no value and star points have no value. But that's just my take on it. And now let's calm down a little bit. We're coming towards the end, and I just want to ask you, who is your favorite character to play then?
Play right now.
Yeah,
My top three would be Mob, Sunjin and Goku.
chat. This guy's got no skill. Mob. Okay, to be fair, Mob takes a little bit of skill. People don't realize that. Goku, no skill. That's why he's my main. And Sung Jinwoo. Sung Jinwoo is a bit of skill. Actually, I wanted to ask you something about Sung Jinwoo. His dash, is there meant to be a bit of a delay before you have the dash?
What do you mean?
Me personally, I feel like when I do my first attack, that's, and then when I go to do the dash, there's a bit of a delay. It's like I go invisible and then I dash, and I don't like that delay. Is that meant to be there?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that keeps it balanced because if it was like an Ichigo dash, it would be pretty crazy, and it makes it more skill. But yeah, who's the what? Not who. Actually, yeah, let's do a who question. If you personally could add any anime character without Pixel's permission, who would it be?
Three for that. Seven from Scissor Seven,
Okay.
Dante, and Virgil from Devil May Cry.
Chat, did you guys hear that? I know the community has been asking for Virgil and Dante. So yeah, guys, it's not Zach's fault. So don't beg him anymore. Okay, guys? We've got to spam Pixel. I'm joking. I'm joking. Don't do that. Okay,
He has no clue about any of those series, so it's hard to convince him to
mm,
add a series that he has no clue about.
yeah.
So oftentimes, well, internally, I internalize the idea that the best time to ask him or convince him to add these kinds of characters would be when the next season of the anime comes out. So like when
100%.
season 5 dub or season Scissor 7 comes out, maybe he can get added.
Mm,
Or when season 2 of Devil May Cry on Netflix comes out,
mm,
maybe we can add Dante and Virgil somehow.
yeah. No, I agree. But like, I think a character that I would love personally to be added. Are you guys sticking to only anime?
I've incorporated manga stuff into my movesets before, but the characters that have that haven't an add-in or
Okay.
either rejected.
All right. I would love a Ninjago themed character. You guys see my profile picture? If we can get
Yeah.
the golden ninja in there, oi! But obviously, I doubt that would ever happen. But that's just my take on it. But just one last question. Just actually, no, we do some fun questions now. I've been talking so much, and I bet you're bored already. So,
Oh, I enjoy this.
oh, did
I
you enjoy
keep on
it?
going.
I
Keep
appreciate
on
that.
going.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. We will keep on. Hey, yo, what the hell? You know I'm not. This guy's
Take it like
crazy,
that.
bro. Grown man. Okay, Unc. All right, listen. What is the craziest bug you've ever seen in Jumpstars?
We had a Duke bug
Huh? How'd that work?
with so there was a Duke bug with mastery rewards where if you didn't claim the first reward, but only claim the second one, you could just leave and rejoin and then claim that reward again. Luckily, no one found it, and we found it on our own and were able to fix it. But the one bug that did come out and people found was when the game first came out, and people were getting the release bundle for free by
Oh.
liking and joining the group.
Oh,
That was a pretty bad bug that
yeah.
got fixed after like the first hour and a half of the game's release.
But to be fair, I mean, that's a horrendous bug because that's revenue lost as well, and that's big revenue as well. But I was blessed by that bug. Please don't ban me, bro. Please, please, please. I didn't even know it was a bug.
No.
I thought because I spent like four, no, not four. It's like more like 40 hours in the time chamber. So I was like, oh my days, my efforts have been rewarded. But obviously not.
The
But
reason why
yeah,
that bug happened, the reason why that bug happened is because we were trying to reward testers from the previous Dead Battlegrounds game that we canceled.
right.
So because the rewards are linked to the group, like group number or no, the tester role had like group number 25 or something,
Okay.
but that was the same group number as their player role. So because they shared the same number, then that means anyone with the player role in the group were getting the release bundle for free.
Oh my days, bro! I'm so glad I was on Jumpstars from day one. But yeah. So one other question about about the dev team, because I'm really intrigued about this dev team because you said there's 6 people, and
Yep.
in my opinion, the reception from the dev team has been amazing. Like all of you guys, you're in general chat, you're talking to like. I say us as if we're normal people, as if like you're not a normal person as well. But like it feels really warming because other developers don't do that. So I just wanted to ask about the dev team. Who's the funniest? Who's the funniest dev?
Damien, because he's such a nice person that if he does something that seems unusual, it's so surprising that it's funny.
Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Nah, okay, and this is who's the most horrible dev? On some friend stuff because everyone's got horrible friends. My horrible friends are. Go
On
on.
friend stuff,
Yeah.
Pixel, because obviously I want to have this concept added to this game, and he's the one that has to prove it. So it's like, no, I don't want to have this game, and then I say, but I really think we should have this, and these are the reasons why we should have it, and then
Yeah.
just this no, and then it's a whole back and forth thing, and it can get into a bit of an argument. So no, Pixel, we should really have this thing added to the game. And it's like, no, Zach, you gotta understand, we don't have time for this, or this is like stupid.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Would you like to do a little role play? I'll be you. I'll be you, and you be Pixel, and the safe word can be deodorant. The safe word is deodorant.
What the fuck kind of stuff? Fine.
Okay, wait.
I'll indulge in this for a little bit.
All right. So, hey Pixel.
What do you want now?
I watched Naruto the other day, and I really like Rock Lee. Can we add him to the game, please?
Hell no, he's a bum ass folder character.
But why do you say no? You didn't even listen to my idea. I've wrote everything down.
Yeah, but I think this character would be better instead. from Bleach, for example.
Bleach is overrated though, but everyone wants Rock Lee. No one wants Bleach.
Yeah, but I like Bleach more than Naruto.
Yeah, but my name's Zach Powers 07 and I go wherever I want. I don't want you to go wherever you want, Pixel.
Yeah, but I'm the owner, so I get to do whatever I want, and you have to listen to me, or else I can just fire you.
I hate you, Pixel. W roleplay chat. W roleplay. You should get into acting after if developing doesn't work out for you. If update 2 doesn't bang, go into acting, bro.
It's that good.
But now that was a bit cringe and embarrassing, but who gives a shit? All right. And one final question: if there's anything you'd like to say to the community, any shout outs you'd like to give, take it away.
I listen to all suggestions. I listen to all balance changes. I read through the suggested channels. You can actively talk to me, but if you just send me a random DM, please state the reason why you're DMing me so I can have an actual conversation with you.
Mm. And anyone you'd like to shout out?
I like to shout out my whole dev team. Shout out to Pixel. Shout out to Davey. Shout out to our animator. Shout out to Zion. Shout out to Boeing. Then I would like to shout out my staff team. Thank you, Rose, for sticking with me as my head of staff and dealing with all of our bullshit. It's been really helpful.
That is actually heartwarming, bro. And like, I don't say this often, but I think you honestly, I'm the biggest hater in the world. But I think honestly, your whole dev team, I think you guys really deserve this, and I hope it does continue for a while. And if you guys keep putting in the hard work, consistency, then you guys will have a really good game on your hands. Like, build upon this and don't give up, because remember, like, we're all supporting you, bro. So yeah, just congratulations. But yeah, that concludes this interview. Can you say subscribe to Dr. Tempest, please?
Subscribe to Tempest. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. No problem. Thank you for letting me interview you. But yeah, that concludes this interview. So yeah, I appreciate you coming up. Have a great rest of your day, and till we speak again.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming up, bro. And yeah, that's it. Peace, bro. It was really fun.
Yep, I had a great time.
Yeah,
Let me know if you want to do this again. My DMs are open, and I'm willing to do this anytime.
100%. I'll keep being consistent about jump stars. Why the hell is my brother walking in the room? Get the flip out. I'm having a roleplay conversation with Zach Powers 07. Take the PS5 controllers. I'm not going to chuck it, am I? It's £50. Get out. Okay. But yeah. Thank you. Well, as I was saying, I appreciate you coming up. And yeah, so I probably won't be able to be on update 3. Update 2, I'm going to try to be on the laptop. But I appreciate you, bro. You actually like, it's helping, bro. I just started my channel. I've just moved out. This bit of trauma dump. And the first game I thought I was going to record is Jump Stars. And it's really done well for me. And it's motivated me to get up in the morning and just grind. And yeah, I appreciate that, bro. That's what I want to say. But
Good to hear. Are you still recording before you say anything else?
I'm still recording, yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, Tempest,
you're
like the best YouTuber ever. I want everybody watching to subscribe. I love Jump Stars, but you're kind of better than Jump Stars. And if everybody's watching this, then they should definitely subscribe, like the video, share it to their friends. And Jump Stars just wouldn't be the same without you, Tempest. I don't even want to end the call. I just want to talk to you even more. Yeah, my name is Zach Powers 07. Please don't sue me for fraud. And that's it. See you guys in the next video. And I'm streaming every day. Oh wait, no I don't. Tempest does. Bye.